beauty friends. Today the colours we're going to use are ecru beige, we're going to use shadow green, we're also going to use beige grey. These are colours from the KURETAKE range. I've got a medium sized brush and I've got cold press watercolour paper all taped down, and we are just going to add some colour to the page. So it's sort of a layering process. I've started off with that shadow green at the top and then the ecru grey and then moving on to this beige colour. So just bringing it down the page, I'm just imagining a landscape. So dragging that paint, not worrying if there's gaps in between them, letting the paint merge into one another. So not waiting for the layers to dry, just letting it happen and seeing how that goes. Dragging that paint again down the page, and there are some little gaps in the paint. When you look up closely, you can see here little gaps. I'm just going to let them be, and just that's going to add to your texture of your fields. So if you imagine the side of a mountain and you're looking at that mountain and you're looking at all those lovely fields and the hedgerows and all the lovely tree lines, though that is what we're trying to emulate. So it's sort of a landscape in the distance and we're looking at it and we are going to add some detail. So layering it coming down the page there, and then we're going to let it dry. So let that first layer dry, and then we are going to go in again, and you can see the wet paint there all glistening. We're going to go in again with the same colour paints, and we're going to put some tree lines on our little fields there. So just randomly squashing that brush onto your page and doing some light ones, some more squashed down paintbrush marks, and that'll just give you a bit more of a tree line kind of look. It's a bit random, just as trees are. So just bringing it down the page. Don't worry if you can't actually see the trees too much on the beige. You can see there it's harder to see them against that creamy colour underneath, but we are going to be doing some more mark making over the top. So don't worry about that at this stage. We're just getting our shapes down onto the page. So once we've done that and we've let our paint dry, we're going to grab some pencils in very similar colours. So in the white spaces, in that negative space in between the fields, I'm just drawing some lines, and I'm also going to do some shading there. So just to make it look as though the field's coming down at an angle, and again up there. And then I've decided to draw some lines across the field. Drawing some lines, and then I'm going to add some little circles on there, just because it's a little bit of fun, and I just thought that would look nice in this situation. And now I'm doing some little round circles, just bringing them across that field there, bringing them down to meet that other field there. So adding some more onto the bottom there, and I'll add some more onto the top. So just bringing it down. If you imagine a ploughed field, it might look a bit bibbly-bobbly like that. So now I'm working on the trees. I want to make them look as though they're a little bit more circular. They look a bit flat at the moment with that flat paint. So if you put a darker colour around the edges, it just gives them sort of like that shadow. You know, as you're looking around something, it sort of goes darker towards the edges. So I'm trying to give it that roundish kind of shape. So I'm using the green here against the beige. I'm also using the beige against the green. Whatever I feel is going to look all right. And don't worry with the pencil, because you can go over it again. So if you put the beige over the green and it doesn't seem to be working for you, you can change it up and then go back to your original green. So this is the fun thing about these kind of paintings. You can actually go over them again. It's not a problem. So if I wanted more trees, I could add those trees with some more paint. If I didn't like the colours I was using, I could pencil some other colours on top. So I've got a beige pencil here, and I thought it'd be nice to do sort of like a path across this field. So all it is some simple lines going across that path there and bringing that down here. So I've now got a metallic pen. I was using a metallic pencil, and I'm outlining the trees because what I wanted was when I picked up the page, I'll be able to see them glisten, all those lovely edges glistening. So that just adds a little bit of glamour to your painting by adding some metallics. And again, with the circles, doing exactly the same process, adding the circles, just layering over the top. They're not exactly the same. And actually this looks a little bit like stones, I think. That's how that's working out. Initially I thought it looked like a ploughed field, but now I'm doing this initial layering. It looks as though that's a bit stony in that field there. And then adding some circles around our little dots that we've done on the lines there, just because I thought it looked nice. So I've grabbed a white Posca pen, a white paint pen, and I'm adding some dots. This just lightens up those darker areas and just gives you a little bit more interest. Again, bringing them down at an angle, just as you imagine you would see the fields in that distance, and bringing it down the page. And really fun to do. Love adding a few little dots. Really pretties it up and gives it that little bit of texture that sometimes your paintings need when you look at them. And adding these dots really does give that textured kind of feel to your painting. So just finishing off there, I've grabbed my gold pen and I'm outlining the tape. So pushing it very gently onto the edges of that tape to make a lovely border. And then I'm heating up all that tape because I don't want the page to rip. So just heating it up, and then we're going to peel that tape off because it's nice, warm and sticky now. All that glue that's glued down that tape has warmed up. So still being quite careful, holding onto my page and gently peeling that tape off. And then that will reveal our lovely picture. And I'll bring this up to the screen so you can see the detail there. And there you have it. I hope you've liked this, and if you like, maybe you'll like, subscribe, maybe you'll leave me a comment. Let me know whether you're going to try this. I would love to hear from you. So it's been really enjoyable and really fun to do, and it is as easy as you saw. So I'm sure you will be able to try this and get a lovely result like this. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. All right then, bye.